In my opinion, boxing has been dead for quite some time. But is Netflix going to give it some new life? I'm James the Greek.
And I'm the DA.
And this is Man Cave's. DA, how you doing, buddy? Did you hear the good news? There is going to be a boxing match that people might actually tune into, and they won't even have to pay if they have Netflix.
I have heard about this. I don't know. It bothers me. I like it. It bothers me. There are millions and millions and millions of people are going to watch it. I will be one of them, but I don't know. I'm stuck on my feelings about this. I've got opinions, though. I got ideas.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, YouTube sensation Jake Paul will be fighting, in my opinion, the greatest boxer of all time, Iron Mike. He was so good you couldn't even beat him in Nintendo.
You never beat him?
Never beat him. I never knocked him down.
Never in Mike Tyson knockout. You never got him. I think I got him one time, once. Took forever though.
I have never knocked down Mike Tyson in Mike Tyson's Punch Out once. And if you guys watching this video are young and you've never played Mike Tyson's Punch Out, make sure you get over there and give it a try. I dare you.
Well, you won't find it under Mike Tyson Punch Out. Go to Punch Out, and Mike Tyson will be there at the end because they had to take his name off of it for a little bit. We won't talk about that.
But forget about video games for 1 second. I am super excited about the prospect of seeing Mike Tyson fight again. I know a lot of people are saying that this is going to be an exhibition, it's going to be garbage, but I saw some video of Mike Tyson throwing hands, and that dude looks good right now.
I could care less about that video. I could care less. The dude is 57 years old. He had to walk with a cane. Like, this is going to be the absolutely disgusting. The only thing that could ever happen is Tyson could maybe possibly grab Jake Paul once with a punch. That's it. This is going to be pathetic. You're watching an old man in a ring that hasn't been good since the 90s. That's the problem here. Anybody, dude, I could get almost anybody look good on some pads and make him look great. And again, he still was one of the best boxers of all time. He's going to look fine on some pads, but he's slow. His punch has nothing to do with what it used to be. He will not be able to defend himself to save his life. And Jake Paul now at this point has shown himself at least to be enough of ability to protect himself and give a good punch. It is going to be sad. This is going to be a sad fight to see. Mike Tyson is going to look horrible. Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are incredibly brilliant on what they're doing. They're going to get people to watch. I'm still going to pay attention to it, to watch, just because I want to see Mike Tyson in the ring. I want to see Jake Paul in the ring. It's perfect. It's perfect for my money marketing standpoint. It is a absolute sham and BS of a fight. And any real boxer, that's the thing about it. We have not seen Jake Paul fight anybody. There's not been a real boxer that he has fought yet. So let's just stop this and just call it an exhibition, call it fun, call it entertainment. Don't call this is now the problem is this is not a sport. This is not boxing. This is entertainment. Let it be what it is, and it's an absolute shame.
So, your words, you said that Mike Tyson was old. You said that against pads, anyone can look good. So, are you also saying that you would be interested in fighting Mike Tyson?
At this point, you could probably do it, yes.
You would take a punch from Mike Tyson?
You're fighting a 57. Give me a year of training, and I'll fight him. That's what Jake Paul did. Basically what he's done is he got a couple of years of training, then he's gone into fights, which is legit. Now, don't get me wrong. It's still the world champion. But he was world champion, 30 years ago? This ain't the same guy. And when he came back after being world champion, after going to prison, he was nothing. He was a shell of himself. He was a shell of himself 30 years ago. Now, the dude's walking around on a cane. You're telling me, I don't care how great of art, as long as you avoid one punch from him, dude, that's the thing about it, is you're never going to see Jake Paul get close enough to him that Mike Tyson could do anything with him.
I need you to do me a big favor, Ards. Do not take a fight for Mike Tyson, because I cannot afford another wife and I cannot afford 2 more children. And after you die, I will feel responsible for taking care of DZ and JD and Andrea. And I really don't want that.
I just would stop taking the nostalgia of what we used to know of Mike Tyson and put it on the man that's about to step in that ring. That's the thing about it. Don't put the nostalgia of what we think we saw Mike Tyson. That's like expecting a 6-year-old man to go in there and play Major League Baseball at that age and be anything remotely close to what they used to be. It's the same thing. Like it's the same thing of me wanting to go in there and face a 22-year-old prospect and thinking I'm going to easily get him out. Like it's not reality. And that's the thing about it, is what we want to see of Mike Tyson ain't what we're going to see. We're going to see an old man. They're going to make it look good. He's going to be great for just a little bit. He's going to be all drugged up. Let's just face facts for what it is. He's going to be all drugged up, and it's going to look great. But anybody with a boxing IQ could go out there. Anybody that's at least a professional boxer at the same body weight would be able to put him on his back without even thinking about it. That's the problem is we're expecting Mike Tyson to be really competitive. He's a 57-year-old man fighting a 30-year-old man who's actually now become a decent boxer. He's going to be put on his back without even a problem.
Put aside all the technical stuff, the boxing stuff. I want to talk a little bit about the business of sports right now, because Netflix jumped all over this. So that means there's no pay-per-view. This is going to be exclusive to Netflix. Do you think that this is something that's going to be happening with things that used to be pay-per-view? Because now the WWE just signed with Netflix, so all of their Monday Night Raw programming is going to be over there. Do you think that streaming is going to be the way we're going to be watching sports from now on?
Absolutely. I 100%. You could see it last year with Amazon taking over some of the NFL games. You could see on the Thursday night football games. You could see it with Twitter, X taking over NFL games and watching games on Twitter. This will be the new way of watching games. You don't need the problem with pay-per-view, and this was something they made a lot of money on in the past. You buy the pay-per-view for that event and that event only. They're saying, like, why get our money once? I have to keep constantly giving you incredible events to keep getting your money. Let's get your money consistently. We'll give you a great event, then we'll give you a bunch of average stuff. But you're still paying the money. Maybe a little less at the time, but more overall. So that's the brilliance behind this. We're not going to get you, the $150 a normal pay-per-view event would cost to watch something like this, or whatever it would have been. But we will take your $39.50 for over 12 months now. And so they're going to make a lot more money than a normal pay-per-view event would get as far as Netflix is concerned. It's a different business style, and it's incredibly smart.
With people cutting the cord and not having cable anymore, pay-per-view has got to be a dead thing.
Do you think pay-per-view is truly dead?
Absolutely. I know half of the people who used to have cable, at least in my life, they're now fully streaming. They have no cable box. If they want to watch something on local television, they have one of those digital antennas, but everything else is Amazon Prime, it's Netflix, it's Peacock, whatever else that you want to watch. There's so many options right now to stream that there's no reason for cable. And as a result, with no cable boxes in the house, there's no pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view then stream, right? What's the difference? You just stream pay-per-view. The pay-per-view is just an idea that you pay per event, per viewing it. However you get that event, whether it be through a cable box, whether it be through a satellite dish, or whether it be through a streaming service, they're still going to pay for the event. Pay-per-view just needs to evolve. And that's the only thing about it, is if they have to be able to stream events like this, it's just now pay-per-view is competing with a Netflix and Amazon, and financially, I don't know if you can compete with those numbers.
Yeah, but right now, the way pay-per-view was set up, where you pay one time, I get it, but if you're a company like Netflix, you're saying, let me put this on so that people who don't have it can sign up, and hopefully they stay on for the long term and we can keep them. I don't think a one-off is going to work anymore.
I think the only way the one-off works is you have to have the better events, and you have to give the better numbers to the athletes. Then that's all it's going to come down to. People will go back to a pay-per-view, go back to other services, as long as the athletes are getting more money on the back end. So that's going to be the sacrifice, is they might not make as much money up front, but the athletes make more, and then they're going to go to the pay-per-view service still.
Let us know what you think. Go into the comments, give us your opinion. Should Mike Tyson be fighting? Do you think Mike Tyson will take out Jake Paul? Do you think that pay-per-view is dead? We want to know your thoughts right here on Man Cave Sports.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you click the like button. More likes equals more great content for you. And if you haven't, subscribe now